Hey, what's up? Welcome to the Level Up Solutions with PDA. Listen, this is our number one podcast. In fact, this is our first podcast, and I'm thanking you for tuning in and listening up. This is number one, so it's so special to everyone. But this is the Upgrade Effect. The name of our podcast is the Upgrade Effect. So thank you for coming in and tuning in. Today, we want to kind of talk about why people need level up solutions. I want to kind of remind you, listen, I want you to subscribe and like and share everything level up with PDA and our YouTube channel. Uh, David at the Level Up Group. If you ever need any consulting, speaking, you need anything like that, you can hit us up there. You can go to our website at thelevelupgroup.com. You can call us at any time at 281-241. 9933, and we will level you up. Listen, but today it's all about the upgrade effect. I'm going to upgrade you today. We're going to talk about a topic I believe that everyone kind of in the back of their mind is kind of like saying, listen, this is something that I need. But I want to talk about today moving from where you are to where you are called to be. Now, notice I said moving from where you are to where you're called to be and not moving from where you are to where you want to be, because there's a lot of times you don't understand where you want to be until you understand where you're called to be. So why do people need level up solutions? So the first episode, we want to kind of dive in, let you know what we're about, let you know what we do. Again, we're all everything consulting. If you ever need consulting, you need someone to come alongside to help your business, help your organization go to the next level or level up in a certain area. You are at a certain level, but you want to level up a little bit, then call us up. Or if you need a speaker, someone to come into your organization, to your business, to train your employees or to do speaking to groups, to others. If you're a school or organization, if you're a principal looking at me now, you want to come in, you want to have an assembly, call me up. PDA would love to come to speak to your group. So call us up. Anything, all things financial, we can help you in those areas, help you go to the next level, help you with your budgeting, help you with your spending plans, anything you can think of. Also, all of your content, if you having trouble trying to get your brand together, your website, all of your social media things going, we can help you there. We have all of our Coach Me to Live programs. We can also help those that want to be better at public speaking. That's called Coach Me to Speak. We have Coach Me to Live programs where you can be a part of a personal life coaching program that we do. And we have also Coach Me to Excel. That is our athletic brand where we do athletic training. We provide athletic training, not only physical, but mental, speed training, basketball training, all things that help you in that sense. We also have what we call Coach Me to Influence, and that is helping you improve your channel. If you want to influence on any way, you want to become a person that is techie, social, you want your website to be a little more crisp, give us a call. So, what are we going to do today? We're going to talk about moving from where you are to where you're called to be. And I want to welcome everyone. But today, we're talking about something that every person, I believe, experiences at some point in their life. I believe that every person has a moment or two in between your coffee and your late night snack. You got a moment or two where you're trying to figure out um, at some point in your life where you are in your life. You want to reach a place where that you got, or a place where you got here was not really how you wanted to get to a place and not really where you want to be. Have you ever been caught in between how you got to a place and where you're really trying to go? Is that place that you're paused at right now is really that place that you're trying to be? Whether it's your, I believe, whether it's your career, whether it's your finances, again, whether it's your relationships, whether it's your business, your ministry, your personal growth, there comes a moment that everybody experiences when you realize that doing more of the same thing over and over again is really not enough for you. It's really not enough. You don't just need hard work no more, but you need an upgrade effect, because an upgrade effect is more. It's a little bit more than just working hard, or just, some people say, you just need to work harder to make money, or you need to work smarter. You need to work smarter. You need to upgrade. You need to maximize the potential and the gifts and the talents that are already in. That's what Level Up Solutions Group does. We provide solutions that will help you maximize the skills and the talents and the things that God had already given you. So, an upgrade effect is a new mindset. And that's what we want to talk about today: a new mindset, a new strategy. An upgrade effect is developing more new skills, new habits that'll prepare you for the next season of your life. Again, if you're coming in, come on in. This is the first podcast of the Upgrade Effect. I'm David Adams, the CEO, founder of the Level Up Group, and we are here to help you go to the next level. So the first thing we want to bring up is why people need to level up. Why do people need to level up? One of the greatest misconceptions that I believe that people here is believing that success is simply about only working harder. I believe that that is one of the biggest misconceptions, is that success is all about working hard. I get this all the time, because those of you that really know me, those of you watching, shout out to all of you that have really kind of worked next to me. Fruit City Church, I'm the senior pastor, Fruit City Church. I'm a senior pastor, also founder of Fruit City Church, where I lead a congregation with vision and mentorship. I have the Lifesavers Mentorship program. It's a nonprofit that I have, and also the newly acclaimed the Level Up Solutions Group, where we are providing solutions for your everyday life to help you upgrade in your business, your personal career. But also those of you have been around me at Faith West Academy, where I was the athletic director, the director of the Bible department. There, I enjoyed 10 wonderful years there. So I know a little bit, and those always talking to me about hats and which hat do I have on? Do I have the pastor hat on? Do I have the athletic director hat on? Do I have the consultant hat on? Do I have the speaker hat on? Which hat? So I want to kind of get that out the way, let you know that I'm qualified to help you level up. And it's not about working harder. It's not just about working harder, because hard work do matter. Don't get it wrong. Hard work matters, but hard work without growth often leads to what we call burnout. Let me say that again. Hard work without growth leads to burnout. So what I'm saying is that you do need hard work, but if all you do is work and you never grow your mind, you never grow your strategy, then hard work without growth would lead to burnout. Think about it this way. Listen to me. Think about it this way. If you're using yesterday's methods to solve today's problems, then you'll struggle tomorrow. If you're using yesterday's methods, things, a lot of people do that. They're still using things from yesterday, things from back in the day, to solve today's problems. Then tomorrow you're going to struggle. You're going to be lost. We learned that through COVID. If we don't get with it. I was just talking to my wife just today, as the shooting of this podcast. We had ordered a little DoorDash, and it was Chick-fil-A. And I said, "Did you ever think it'll come a time where your food will be sitting outside the door?" Oh, you got it. I mean, it was COVID that really just took that to a whole nother level, where we had to stay in the house. And if going forward after COVID, coming out of COVID, if we wouldn't adjust our mindset, we will be, and just start doing things the old way, we'll be stuck, and we won't be able to operate on tomorrow. Now, let me give you my big point. This is a big point. I want you to write this down if you're writing notes. Every new level requires a different version of you. Every new level requires a different version of you. So every time that you go to another level, now notice notice the level up is the same as almost some of you thinking, what is the difference between level up and next level? The difference between leveling up and next level is that we're not just trying to get you to the next level, we're trying to grow you at that next level. We're trying to grow you at that next level. In other words, when you have maximized a level and you upgrade, that's why we call this the upgrade effect. We're giving you solutions that'll help you get to the next level. You got to understand that every level that you go to, you can't go to another level with the same mindset. Every level requires a different version of you. That you might have needed a different version at that old level. But every time you upgrade, every time you go to another level, it requires a different version of you. Put it like this, write this down. Growth always demands change. Anytime you grow, it demands change. You notice that in school, is that you were learning certain multiplication at certain grades. You were learning addition at certain grades to get to certain numbers. But every time you would go to a different grade, it required another change. Is that good? So that's why people need to level up, is because every new level requires a different version of yourself. I want you to sit back and think about that for a minute. A different, a different version of yourself. So the second thing we want to get into is why people need to level up. So once you realize that, why do I need to level up? The second thing I want to bring to your attention is I want you to be aware of the biggest obstacles that you will face when you're trying to level up. The biggest obstacles that you will face when you're trying to level up. Why don't more people level up? You ever asked that question? Why don't more people? Because the reason why it's not that they don't want to. I've talked to a lot of people. I talked to a bunch of people in a lot of different conversations. And and when I'm doing consulting with people, it's not that they don't want to go to the next level. It's the idea is that they don't. I realize with people talking to a bunch of people, they don't know how to handle the obstacles at those levels. The obstacles are going up. What are the obstacles that a lot of people are like? I just want to make more money, but there's some obstacles in making more money. There's some demand for change in the way you spend. There was some demand for change in the way you lend. There's some demand to change in the way you budget. There's some obstacles. Did I tell you that we can coach you to prosper? That's I go ahead and throw that in while we're here. Anyone who needs financial coaching, give us a call at Level Up Solution Group. We'll help you. We got a program called Coach Me to Prosper, help you budget, help you understand the dynamics of money and financial solution. So let's get back to it. Usually it's not because people lack talent. It's because of five common obstacles. I'm gonna talk about five common obstacles that keeps people from leveling up. It's most of the most talented people never go to the next level. I know so many people today, they're at the same level. My wife and I have a hidden joke uh, that they're still the same size. There's some people that we run into, they're still talking the same language. They're jibber jabber. They're talking good game, but they don't know. You know how many people dream and ultimately wake up without moving forward with what they just dreamed about? That's good. You need to take that. You need to take that down. The first obstacle is this, very simple. The obstacle of comfort. The obstacle of comfort. I want you to be aware of the obstacle of comfort. Whenever you're trying to go to the next level, whenever you're upgrading, I want you to be aware of the obstacle of comfort. I'm talking to you right now, and I need to upgrade my phone. I got some stuff going on in my phone, like some stuff I need to go do, and my phone's already outdated, so I need to go get another iPhone. But I'm really comfortable with that phone. You gotta change everything over. You gotta do it. I get that. I get that way. So here I am talking to you about comfort, and I'm being very transparent with you about different ways people feel out. So in other words, the obstacle of comfort is basically like this. People naturally stay where things feel safe. That's why There's a lot of people. You have a vision. You want to start a company. You have a vision that you want to start a business. You have a vision that you want to do something. But the only thing that's stopping you is that you're safe where you're at. You really feel safe where you're at. I'm chilling. Bills are paid. Ain't nobody bothering me. I got three hots in the cot. Just it's a safe place, and I get it. But in order for you to upgrade, listen to me very closely. You're going to have to deal with a little bit of different and change. Remember, we said it. We said it earlier. Growth demands that change. The second obstacle is not only comfort. The second obstacle is fear. Fear. Fear asks three questions. Number one, fear. Most people fear the next level. They fear upgrading. They fear what's going to happen there. The difference with fear is that you get so comfortable where you at, you're not too sure you're going to feel that same way or where you're going. I get it. I get it. And fear usually asks three questions. What if I fail? What if I fail at this? What if I fail? What if? What if I fail? What if people judge me? What if what if I'm not enough to do what I'm trying to do? What if I fail? What if people judge me? What if I'm not the person myself is not good enough? And that causes this thing of fear. This thing of fear. Um, the late great Alfred Oglesby taught me some great lessons in business. And shout out to Big O in heaven. But he'll be proud of me because I used to hang around him when we did business, and I remember doing several business deals with him. And when he did the mortgage business, he had a mortgage company started, Money Source. And when he did Money Source, he says, "You're going to be the chief operating officer." And I was like, "Man, I don't even know what to do anything about that." And he says, "You don't have to know everything to get everything done." Somebody need to write that down. You don't have to know everything to get everything done. You just have to know somebody that knows what you don't know. If so, in other words, when he was telling me this is one of the biggest. This is where you put down the remote control. This is where you get closer to the camera and you lean in and listen to me very closely. You don't focus on being, watch this, a person that has to do everything. You got to be a person who can manage people who knows what you don't know. So in other words, you got to come out of comfort zone, and you can't be in fear to let people know what they know to get things done. Just because you want to go somewhere don't mean you got to do the driving. Just because you want to get somewhere don't mean you got to design the way to get there. You just got to be able to see what other people can't see and learn to manage people that know what you don't know. That's when you lose fear. The third thing in the third obstacle is limited thinking. Limited thinking. You need to become a thinker. In other words, sometimes the biggest prison isn't your situation. The biggest prison isn't the thing that's holding you back, but the biggest prison is you behind you. In other words, it's your mindset. It's the way that you think. It's your it's like what Joyce Meyer used to say, it is your thinking. Is that good? Did I tell you did I tell you welcome to the upgrade effect? Listen, I'm trying to upgrade you here at the Level Up Solutions Group. I want to welcome you to the upgrade effect, and I want you to continue to like and subscribe. So whenever we're on, you hit the bell and it lets you know the upgrade effect has another episode coming, because we want to provide content that's going to help you upgrade to the next level. It's your mindset. It's your mindset. It's your mindset. Limited thinking. And in order for you to grow your thinking, you got to allow your thinking to grow. For you to grow your thinking, you got to allow your thinking to grow. In order to think on another level, you got to read on another level. You got to study on another level. Is that good? So you gotta get rid of the obstacle of what we call limited thinking. And then another obstacle is the lack of mentorship. Did I tell you five? I'm gonna do four. The lack of mentorship. The lack of mentorship. And this is where we come in. Listen, I'm not trying to advocate, but I am shamelessly plugging that if any of you watching me right now, listen to me closely. I need you to message me right now if you need a mentor. Some of you need a mentor. Now, in Lifesavers, there's different mentorship, but in Level Up Solutions Group, you might want to join the life coaching. You might want to join the leadership coaching program, uh, Coach Me to Live, or a leadership coaching program that will provide you mentorship, that will help you maximize your goals of where you're trying to go. What do you mean the lack of mentorship? Nobody reaches extraordinary levels alone. In other words, I'm sitting here right now, and those of you who know my daughter, Destiny, she's over coached me to influence. So she's handling all of the production right now, right? We can't be Level Up Solution Group without her handling the production, without her putting out the videos and doing the things we need to do, right? Nobody can do that alone. Every athlete has coaches. Have you ever was an athlete before? Every athlete have a coach. Every athlete knows a coach that imprinted them. At the time, they would think, man, they crazy. But right now, you're like, that coach helped me get to level because guess what? Everybody needs mentorship. Nobody gets to the extraordinary place alone. Nobody gets to the next level alone. Every successful entrepreneur has advisors to advise them to the next level. I have an advisor. Every person, I want to be your advisor. I want to help you get. How can I help you get to where you're trying to go? How can PDA? How can David Adams help you? How can the Level Up Solutions Group help your business, help your organization, help you as a principal, help you as an athletic director, help you as a CEO get to the next level? Hit me up. Let me know. Every great leader learns from someone ahead of them. It was the great Dr. R.A. Vernon that once said, don't tell me who you over until you tell me who you under. Don't tell me who you over until you can tell me who you are under. That's an obstacle. The next thing, what does leveling up actually look like? What does leveling up actually look like? See, leveling up isn't becoming someone else, not becoming someone else. That's not leveling up. See, that's copying. That's called copycat. And when you copycat, you got to make sure you copy the right cat. Because you get what they get, not what you see. You actually get what they get. You see a lot of people when they copy people, they think they're gonna get what they get. Listen, you don't see everything everybody gets. Like you be looking at people, they look good, but you don't see they really not good. So you're gonna actually get not good. So what does leveling up actually look like? Well, it doesn't look like becoming like somebody else. Leveling up is not copying what I do. It's becoming a better version of who you already are now. That's what leveling up is. It's like wherever level you are, it's wherever level you are, it's becoming a better version of who you are now. And that usually means improving in four areas. I'm gonna tell you this. This is what it looks like when you improve in your mind. Remember we talked about the limited thinking? Well, your mind will help you get past the limited thinking. So you got to begin to read more, and you got to read more books. I'm sorry, man. Well, I don't like to read. Well, they got audio books now. You can go push, you just push play and read. Y'all been listening to all that mess, all that junk. Man, you got to read more. You got to study more. If you're looking at me, you say, "Well, that's PDA." Man, it's not all about just Genesis to Revelation. This is level up. We're talking about a general person. We're talking about your organization right now. Is that good? So you're gonna have to study. You have to study not just to study to show yourself approved, work or be not be ashamed, right and dividing the word of truth. But if you're trying to own a business, you got to study the business you're trying to own. You gotta study. You gotta learn more. You gotta ask questions. You gotta learn to ask the right questions. Not only do you improve your mind, you gotta improve your skills. You gotta improve your skills. Income often follows value. People pay what they need the most of. I want you to write that down. That's another big point. So income awfully follow your value. If you're not valuable, they won't pay you. If you listen, you ever notice that some people get overpaid? You ever notice some people in the NBA they get a contract like, ah, that's too much money. Well, it's just the value of the person. The income follows the value. The value never follows the income. The income always follows the value. So if you want the income, get more valuable first. And in order to get more valuable, you got to change your mindset. You got to get some available skills to become more valuable so the income will follow. Everybody always wants the income first, then get the value up. No, get the value up first and the income follow you. I guarantee you, if you show them what you can do, they'll pay you. Instead of saying they're going to have to pay me for me to show them. No, that's not how it works. If you can show them, they'll pay you. The more valuable your skills become, the more opportunities come. Man, people were great. In my life, I have learned multiple stream income. And I'm going to have a podcast. No, this is a whole nother story, but it's been another podcast where I talk about how to develop multiple streams of income. Because some of you broke because you don't realize that your 9 to 5 is not going to do nothing but pay the bills. I don't know why you haven't realized that. So if the 9 to 5 pay the bills, you need something else to go beyond the bills. Is that good, everybody? We'll get that's another it's in the podcast, and hope you keep following it. But you got to learn that the opportunities will begin to appear. Is that good? Skills make opportunity. People make up jobs. Listen, I'm gonna tell you that now. Everything I do now, people right now they're making it up. They're like, let me make something up for you just to get you around. Is that good? And then your habits. Your habits. Your habits is an area you need to improve. Success isn't usually one big decision. It's thousands of small decisions. That's what habits are. They're thousands of small decisions. You got to wake up earlier. That's a good habit. You can't just lay around all day. You got to wake up early. Yeah, if you ever look at that's if you really study people, looked at YouTubes and looked at podcasts, and you looked at people that are successful don't sleep literally past 5 o'clock in the morning. Now you're talking to a person like me. I'm still sleeping to 7. I ain't gonna lie to you. At this date of this podcast, I'm sleeping to 7. I'm gonna be honest with you. But literally, I need to get up a little earlier. You ever heard the term "the early worm gets the worm"? The early bird gets the worm. You got to exercise constantly. You trying to lose weight, exercise a little bit more. If you're trying to get more money, you got to learn how to manage the money that's coming in. That's habits. If you're trying to get more done, you got to protect your time. Those are habits. If you're trying to reach your goals, you got to develop routines that support your goals. And then the last thing is your relationships. Relationship. Who surrounds you matters. And I'm gonna tell you this: you got to be careful who's around you. Show me who's around you, and I'll show you how much you have in you. If you can show me who's around you, I will show you how much you have in you. Energy is contagious. Vision is contagious. Negativity is contagious. If you're around negative people, it's contagious. You'll be negative. If you're around positive people, it's contagious. You'll be positive. Is that good? If you're around people that got vision, you're gonna be wanting to do stuff. Like you're gonna be watching this podcast. Some of you are watching it right now, and you can't wait to get off. You're ready to get. You googling right now. You AI right now. You doing some stuff right now. You on Chat GTP right now. You on Cloud right now, looking at stuff because you get jacked up because that's contagious. So you got to ask yourself 3 questions when you got relationships. Ask yourself these 3 questions. These are how you build a relationship. There you go. Lean up again. Lean up again. Here we go. That's how you build a good relationship. Who inspires me? That's who I want to be more around. Who inspires me? The second thing, who challenges me? You don't just want to be around yes people. You want to be around somebody who can check you, who makes you think about it a little bit, who makes you daze off and go into a gaze, who challenges your mind, and who helps you grow. I hope I'm that person that can help you grow. I hope that person that they can help challenge you. I hope that I'm that person who will inspire you. I hope I'm one of those 3 people to you. I want to talk about the last thing, and that's practical steps to leveling up. Here are 5 practical actions everyone should begin today. 5 practical actions everyone must begin today. Number 1, Identify where you're stuck. Yeah, just be honest with yourself. Listen, identify where you're stuck. You got to be honest though. You can't, you can't be stuck and act like you ain't stuck. Where am I stuck? Am I stuck financially? Am I doing good? Do I do my business good, but I'm broke? Am I broke and my business ain't flying? Or am I a communicator? Do I have good practical skills? Do I have enough skills to get it out? Am I influencing? Do I have the good? Do I need to get with Level Up and they help me with my social media presence or my website? Does it look crisp enough? The second thing is the step is define your next level. Where's your next level? If you're going to upgrade, what's next? What's the next phone? I don't know, but I'm going to upgrade my phone. So I'm probably going to upgrade to the latest one, right? Or I can just upgrade to the next. I got to go define that before I go. I need to go. I need to go in and know where I want to go. So I don't want to go to the store because if they go to the store, they're gonna give me they're gonna show me all the $10 million stuff. I need to know where I'm going to go. You understand what I'm saying? What's the next level? And then I got to invest in learning. That's where a lot of you drop the ball. Is that you think everything's for free, and anytime things are for free for you, don't treat it right. You need to invest in learning. You need to invest. If you're trying to go to the next level in your job, be seen, you need to invest in public speaking. Yeah, you need to get with Level Up Solution Group. Say, I need to be a better speaker, a better communicator. I'm not talking about a speaker who speaks. I'm talking about a person that when you're talking to your coworkers, when you're talking to leadership people in your leadership group, when you're talking to people that you're working with, that you can communicate better. We can help you do that. You need to take imperfect action and not be perfect all the time. You need to just do it afraid. You need to step out and take imperfect action and fix the things you need to fix. And then the last thing, you need to evaluate regularly what you do. Anything you're doing, when you're not evaluating, you need to evaluate what you do. You need to sit back and say, what's working, what's not working. Is that good, everybody? And that's what happens. That's what happens in leveling up. That's what happens when you're trying to upgrade, is that you got to follow those 5 steps. And I'm going to give you a closing challenge. I'd like to leave you with this question. Where in your life have you outgrown your current way of thinking? Where in your life? Where in your life right now have you outgrown your current way of thinking? That sounds like a Coach Me to Live. That sounds like a Coach Me to Live problem. Hit me up. Listen, I'm David Adams, the Level Up Solutions Group. This is the Upgrade Effect. This was episode 1. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell. You'll be notified when we're on. You can come get the next Upgrade Effect. Listen, we're going to have all types of methods here. We're going to have guests on sometimes. We're going to have conversation. We're going to have lessons, all types of things that are going to help you. This content is going to use to be helping you get to the next level and help you level up to where you are and where you're supposed to be. Listen, you've been officially upgraded. You're ready to walk out and be the best version of you. You be blessed, my friend. We'll see you next time on the next episode.